Hey guys, I'm back and I'm really sorry that I haven't been updating my account for like 9 months. As I look back to the comments, which I have not replied for like 9 months, and I'm really thankful to all of you who are still waiting for my videos to come up. Several of you have actually comment or like leaving messages or actually talk to me on Snapchat about my videos, and I haven't been getting around to it because of a lot of things that happened in between that time, from that time to now. So if you can see in my last video, I was still pretty in an anorexic state. So what happened was I did commit myself to hospital, but only for a while. During that time, I was tubed. Um, it I did it for like 2 weeks, but I couldn't bear with it and I left. And my doctor allowed me to, surprisingly. So I left home and but it kind of got me started again with the eating, because when I went in, I was totally fearful of putting food in my mouth, like to eat and to not go to the toilet and purge. It was really difficult because before I was in the hospital, on the outside, everything that I eat and I drink, I purge it. So I was at my lowest body weight again. So, and then it kind of got me started. So it was easier when I go home. I try to maintain my plan and stuff. And slowly I came to accept like a bit higher weight. Yeah, it's just in the hospital, I couldn't get above like a certain weight. I don't want to trigger anybody. I couldn't get above a certain weight. I just couldn't do it. It was like a very strong mental barrier that I had, and I didn't have CP or therapist to talk about it except for my doctor. So I was telling her, there's no point keeping me here if I wouldn't let myself do it. So she let me out. And over these few months, I've been trying accepting higher weight and all that. So that's why I'm looking better. Currently I'm not in the best state, in my best shape, because I do know that I'm underweight. So I do certain things like try to eat more nutrition stuff. I have my safe food that I allow myself to eat, and of course there are still binge and purge time. It's just hard to get away from it, and my doctor is saying that if I ever fall into eating disorder again, I'm gonna really mess up. And that is related to something that has happened more recently. So basically last year I wasn't studying until sort of last year, is in like school time last year. So I started studying in September this year, and it was quite a stressful semester because I wasn't studying for the entire of last year. So I picked up my books again and I studied, and it kind of went well and also went bad in some way. But gradually it got worse and worse. And towards the end of the semester, I was really down with the psychotic break. Hallucination, delusions, and it was scary at that point of time. And it's like a part of me knows that I'm slipping away. A part of me wants to deny that it's happening. I was still going to school, still trying to study, but I was losing my concentration. My delusion was getting really strong, together with all the other thoughts and all that I have. It was something to do with hell. Maybe I can tell you with like what happened during the psychotic break in another video. but this one we just focus on hospitalization. So I was getting really deep into psychosis for past 3 to 4 weeks before I was in the hospital. It developed gradually. So at first it was just like hearing a little bit of sounds, thinking weird things, getting a bit anxious or suspicious about things. And then it really got worse, and it developed into a sort of situation where I was possibly creating harm to people around me, to myself, definitely. I was even threatening to hurt my counselor. Yeah. And I've always thought like I wanting to hurt people. I want to stab them. I want to do things to them for no reason. Actually, it's not no reason. There was a reason with the psychotic features, the symptoms that I had. So it was so serious that I went for my doctor appointment. I usually have doctor appointment as usual, once every fortnight. So that time I went there, and before that I meet my counselor, and my counselor was like, I asked your mom to come today, which was a shock to me because I didn't want my mom there. And she was like, we're going to take you to the hospital. And back then I was already in quite a messed up state, not really knowing what I'm doing, but still being able to do certain things, like going to school or knowing where I'm going. And I was like, no, I can't go in yet because my exam was coming in like 3 or 4 weeks, and I have to prepare for it. I can't go in now. And my doctor say, so you tell me when you're gonna go in. And she was, I was lucky that she gave me the choice, like, of a few days. Basically, I didn't want to say I want to go in because I was very, very determined that I was going for the exam. And if I were to go inpatient, I may not be able to come out for the exam. But I would say, like, Monday is my doctor appointment. We'll do it over there. And she thinks it's a better idea because at the school, if they have to call the ambulance and all that, it will be really dramatic situations, which she didn't really want me to be exposed to it, to be scared by it. And at the doctor appointment, what my doctor did was, my counselor called my doctor. So although she sort of talked to me in a very nice way, like even tricked me into telling her like all the symptoms and stuff, and she was like, you have no choice today. You are either going to go to the typo hospital, and I'm going to get a judge to sign you in there, or you can stay in the Shatin hospital, which is voluntary patient. And I was like, no, I don't want to go into the hospital. I was crying. And then she said, I give you a minute to think about it. You go off this room for a while, and I'll talk to your mom. And then, like, right after that, the doctor sort of, I think she pressed the bell at the side of her desk. And 4 nurses came in, and they basically, like, gently tried to talk me out of the room. And I left, and I was at the waiting room. The waiting room is basically a room whereby patient waits before they get sent off to hospital. So I was definitely going to go into hospital. She have said that. And it was just which one I was going to. And at Shatin Hospital, it would be her looking after me. Things would be easier. But at Typo Hospital, it would not be her. And my mom would not be able to visit me that often. And then she came back, and she was like, your mom had persuaded me that you told her you will go into the hospital today. You agree, you voluntarily go into the hospital today. So are you going to go into the hospital? And I nod my head. Not very willingly. And she was like, I need to hear you say yes. If not, you're going to blame me later. And I was like, yes. So anyway, that's what happened, and I almost got sectioned. Yes, if I were to get a judge, I would get sectioned into the hospital. They took me on in a stretcher to, because it's not the same hospital, so they have to transfer me to another. I was in there for 2+3 weeks. When I first got there, it's like all fuzzy. I couldn't remember most of it actually. So recounting what happened with my psychotic episode is going to be a little bit difficult. But yeah, so I went in there, and that hospitalization almost cost my university degree. Yes, I'm still studying university and struggling still. I don't have much time. I will explain that in another video. But I guess that's the update for now. And thank you so much for watching. For any of you who have stayed here, feel free to leave a comment down below to let me know that, you guys are still watching me. You still want to listen to me ramble on about like my life. It was really boring back then, so I really don't have a topic to talk about. But yeah, let me know. Yeah, and also if you have any topics that you want to suggest, comment down below. I read all the comments. So see you guys. Bye.